My mom says I have been driving her crazy with one particular question since I was a little girl. Why? Why do we have to do it that way? Why does that happen? Why can't we do this instead? Why? And apparently, I never grew out of it. I was actually a pretty quiet little girl. I was shy, a little awkward. I loved school. I loved learning. And I wasn't necessarily the kid who needed everybody looking at me or listening to me. But I wanted to understand things. And if something didn't make sense to me, oh, that bothered me. Because telling me, well, that's just the way it is, has never been a satisfactory answer for me. And now when I look back over my life, I realize that one little 3-letter word has probably shaped more of my life than almost anything else. Why? When I found out at 24 that both of my fallopian tubes were blocked and I was told IVF was my only option, my brain went, but why is that my only option? So I started searching. When I spent years jumping from one diet to another, losing weight and gaining it back, eventually I stopped asking, what's the next diet? I started asking, why does this keep happening? And that question sent me in an entirely different direction. That's basically how I became obsessed with natural health in the first place. I don't like stopping at, here's your problem, here's what you do for it. I want to know what's underneath it. Why is the body doing this? What's missing? What changed? What happened before the symptoms showed up? What are we overlooking? And sometimes that means I will disappear down a rabbit hole and come back 3 weeks later with 47 tabs open, 5 books on my desk, and a completely new theory. That's just me. And the older I get, the more I realize something. That little girl who kept irritating her mother by asking why was already becoming Dr. Jodi. She just didn't know it yet. And maybe that's why I have such a hard time accepting something just because everybody else accepts it. I'm not trying to be difficult. Okay, sometimes I probably am. But mostly, I still want the same thing little Jodi wanted. I want it to make sense. And if it doesn't, you already know what I'm going to ask. Why?